itself. It's like real estate of racism, where just like that, when someone comes up and says something like, I am a God, everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was, a God. I just told you. That's who I think I am. Would it have been better if I had a song that said, I am a nigga? Or if I had a song that said, I'm a gangster? Or if I had a song that said, I am a pimp? All those colors and patinas fit better on a person like me, right? But to say you are a God, especially when you got shipped over to the country that you're in and your last name is a slave owner's. How could you say that? How could you have that mentality?
Right now, you don't need to be spooked out about nothing. Because you live in hell right now, and if you ain't scared of this white man, you ain't no sense in being scared of some devil that don't exist. Check. You really don't believe in God. The only reason why you go to church is because you scared of going to hell. Otherwise, you would not be bothered with that on Sunday. That's basically the way it is. Right now. Because I can go to the average Christian, and the Christian will have hard times. And I can tell him to really deal with the spirit. And he said, I can't see the spirit. And I really can't take that face value. You see what I'm saying? Check. All right. Let's get through this again. I feel it's fair to start with this every time we open up. Because if you don't learn nothing, you need to know this within the next couple of weeks, next couple of months. You ain't got a year. Believe it. Okay? Let's deal with this. Psalms, you can write it down now. I always tell people to write these down. If you got a pencil, write these down. Next time somebody step to you and say that you crazy, you show them this right in the Holy Bible. Why we say the Holy Bible? Because we know the Quran and we know the rest of them. But remember now, North America, before we was Muslims, we was Christians, right? So if you're going to get your people, you're going to have to go right through that book. Check? All right, so we put the Bible in the face. Now, and God standeth, this is Psalms 82 verse 1. And God standeth on the congregation of the mighty, and he judges among the gods. Well, I thought there was only supposed to be no gods before him. But he's judging among the gods. Check. Okay, it explains in the next chapter. John chapter 10 verse 34 to 36. John chapter 10 verse 34 to 36. And Psalms 82, verse 1 to 6. John chapter 10, verse 34 to 36, and Psalms 82, verse 1 to 6. It says that you are the heirs of God. Well, if you're the heir and that's your father, which has a mother, we'll get into that later. It ain't just the father. If you are the heirs, that means that you are the direct descendants of the royal bloodline of your father. As above, so below. And if you are heirs, you are joint heirs with the Christ, which means that the Christ didn't have nothing in him or nothing about him that you didn't have in you. It's just that he is the Christ figure and the example to be like. That's what he says, be ye perfect as I am. Now, there can't be two perfects. Perfect means perfect. And perfect means an exact duplication from what he is. Well, if you are lesser than Jesus Christ, which is just one of the Christ, they used to pump out Christ every day in the ancient world. Christ was not just one person. If you were supposed to be perfect like Jesus Christ, that means that you have the science to be duplicate of what he is. You see what I'm saying? This is the whole deal on everything we're dealing with now is becoming gods. You see? He said, just as I have done great works, greater works ye shall do. Right? Now, the other chapter is, there's another one, Psalms chapter 8, verse 3 to 6. And for some people, I don't know how many people found this Moroni. I think it's in some of the other biblical texts because you know the King James Version ain't the only Bible. So there's several, I think this is in one of the lost books, Moroni chapter 10, verse 4 to 5, if you can find it. So now, that's the key on what's going down. Becoming gods. Now, like I said before, I talk on what is called esoteric teachings of the occult, which only mean that which is hidden. Hidden from you for the 140 years, the 180 years since the cracker translated hieroglyphics of Medunetta. You see? So now don't compare me with the rest of the people because those are historians. And they are actually, even though they're saying that's our story, that's actually his story. Because our story goes back millions of years. And you don't have none of them accounting for that. But now we have uncovered the actual stuff that just throws all chronology that you have been teaching, be Aztec or whatever. It throws that out the door when the doggone Sphinx that sit in the middle of the earth is now 80,000 years old. Now, if the Sphinx is 80,000 years old, somebody had to build it, and it wasn't no doggone ape man. Now, there ain't no text out here that say that you come from apes, but yet Asa Hilliard, yet Charles Spence, and also Ivan Van Sotomayor say you came from ape people. Check. That's nothing but a family of different types of apes that was on the world, but you live concurrently with them, as well as the dinosaurs or whatever. You see, there's different accounts of these particular things all around the world. You predate all that.
There's one image there that shows black people getting off.
So people with dark skin getting off.
Not dark, black.
Black skin.
Really black. Yeah.
Were they tall?
Yes.
Very tall?
Yeah.
All that because you came straight from the Godhead on where all sacred texts say you came from. Mainly the star system Sirius. The ones that will be coming back soon and gonna be coming back right up out of you to kill this cracker. Straight up. Now for the people that's still thinking that everybody, remember, people keep saying, well listen, verify your text on where you say the white man is the devil. Right? Or what we would call a biological mutation. Well hell, you can look at him and tell you a biological mutation. See what I'm saying? No developmental, no lip, no behind, none of that. Now, but for all you scholars out here, now you can challenge me on this because I put out a book and I had so much documents coming from the ancient world on where the white man was the doggone biological mutation that I had to stop printing this stuff. It started coming so much. Now, in scholar, I want to get on this white man thing first. See, we got to lock you into this thing. You see. Now, in scholarship, you have theory until you have the archaeological or anthropological evidence to prove that the theory is either right or wrong. Right? Now, the archaeological and anthropological evidence is at the temple of Seti I in Egypt and at the tomb of Biblium El Manuk, which is the tomb of Ramesses V, where on the temple walls they tell you that the white boy, which was the Tamahu, Tama which means created and Hu which means white, which is the lighter part of another who that means black, but Tamahu, which means the created white people.
Endless years I've watched from the underworld and saw your wrath tempered with love. You created them for one reason, so their prayers would fuel our immortality. But you love them too well. They've grown strong. And now I am forced to rise because we are all threatened.
What do you want, brother?
Let me loose upon them. They will pray again, and you will bathe in their awe and fear, and we will grow strong again.
He belongs in the underworld, not here.
You do not tell me where I belong. You say it is love that feeds us, but you depend on their love. I've only learned to live on their fear, their pain.
Zeus, our brother speaks the truth. Hear him. Go. Do what you will.
Father, we need the mortals.
No, Apollo. Hades is right. Their insolence has a price. Like children, they need to be reminded of the order of things. Set an example, brother. Turn them on each other.